I would say come and explore all your options. If you're thinking on something, come and check it out. We have open mornings on Saturdays, twice a month now running in. We also have a summer program, a free summer program that's running over 2-3 week blocks over the summer.
Get ready your breakfast with Rich Smith.
I'm really looking forward to this conversation. We're joined by Gemma, Scrivener and Sonia King from ACE Training. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for joining us. Now Gemma, well, let's dive straight in about what ACE Training is all about, providing alternative post-16 pathways. I guess also this is quite an interesting time of year to be chatting to you with the sort of the end of the school year, maybe in sight for a few candidates and children and pupil. But tell us more about this.
Absolutely. ACE Training are a construction training centre based in Kidlington. We are celebrating 20 years this year of showing alternative pathways post-16. So pre-apprenticeship courses, which Sonia is going to talk about, which she leads on, and apprenticeships. And it's for really those learners that maybe don't thrive in that traditional classroom setting and that prefer something slightly different, more hands-on work. And it's just finding the right match for them. And it's finding a pathway that they can really enjoy and show them all the opportunities we have available to them. And obviously this time of year, I believe we've had some kind of oral exams going up the last few weeks, but on Monday, I believe we kick off with the literature paper. So the real GCSE season starts. So it's so timely for those learners to be looking at what could be next for them and exploring their next steps.
Just from personal experience, and I think we've sort of spoken about this before, education, it's not a one size fits all. And there's some people that will sit in a classroom and that will be the great and wonderful thing and learn that way. And the other side of it is people getting out and about, is people using their hands, is using their skills, which sometimes is maybe not clear that there is that pathway, that there are those opportunities.
And we always say this, everybody is smart in different ways. People learn whether it's through music, whether it's through spatially, their hands. It's very different ways of learning. So we are trying to match that style and to show every person there is a pathway for them and giving them those skills and confidence to succeed.
And of course, the construction industry, it needs those people. That's the desperate situation. We want more of these houses, but we need these skilled people to thrive, to learn, to enjoy. There are the people out there, but maybe there's not that kind of signpost to go, hey, this is here for you. Come and join us.
And I think that's really important with careers provision. I'm in schools quite a lot supporting as my role as an enterprise advisor through ACE. So we work with children from the secondary school and trying to champion those other pathways. And there are many people like me doing that to try and do that. But like you said, you just look around and you can see, residential building, commercial building everywhere. So there is the need for it. It's just showing people that this is what you can do, this is what you can achieve, but this is what you've got to do to get there as well.
Yeah. And being in schools and seeing people, that it must be quite enlightening as well to kind of for sort of children to kind of go, oh, there is that as well. And because that choice and that option, that's exciting for kids, because obviously I'm speaking from my experience. When you go in and you kind of go, right, maths, English, physics, biology, maybe some drama, all this kind of stuff. And you're going through all of those core subjects, if you will. But having you sat there and going, oh, hi, by the way, this is an option for you, that must be really rewarding.
And you want to give them that inspiration early, because they might be feeling a little bit disenchanted with what they're doing. And also we have the option as well from year 10 of providing alternative provision for those that aren't working in that setting, and for the school to then place them with us for that. So it just opens their eyes to a few things and what could be possible.
Nice. Sonia, sat there patiently waiting. Thanks ever so much for joining us as well. Can you put a little bit more meat on the bones and actually sort of lay out the kind of structure of these apprentices that we've just been talking about?
Yes, we work with pre-apprentices who are our full-time students, which is the course I look after. And then we work with apprentices as well. So our full-time students, who we call our pre-apprentices because the aim is that they will then become our apprentices, are usually our school leavers. So it's aimed at sort of 16 to 18-year-olds. Some join us straight out of GCSEs, some join us a year later. And that's really about kind of nurturing them from leaving school, but they're not quite ready for employment yet. So although it's extremely practical and theory based here, it is about nurturing them to get them ready for employment, in the hope that then within that year or shortly after that year, they will then become an apprentice with us and stay with us. At that point, they're then at work. They're here 1 day a week, and then they're out on site working the other 4 days, which we have a huge success rate, which is brilliant.
Yeah, no. It's just it's such a logical thing, because to use the word plonks, if you're taking someone from education and then plonking them into something which is totally different, totally alien, and there's probably 18-year-olds who are, or 21, 22-year-olds coming back from university, etc., all of these kind of things, who are suddenly plonked into this world where you go, right, employment, go for it, and you're kind of like, right. I mean, I know from my personal experience that it was, a bit of an eye opener, a bit of a
massive shock. Yeah.
Yeah. So having this support is good.
Absolutely. We do meet some 16-year-olds who are desperate to get out of school and just get out there into work. Maybe dad, uncle, etc. works in construction, and they know, and they've known for a long time that that's the path for them. But for a lot of our students, it's massively shocking to kind of finish school. I know that the requirements to get into sixth form are really quite high now, and a lot of them feel maybe they're not sure where to go. So that's why it's brilliant having Gemma in schools to give that advice before it gets to that stage. And they just need a little bit of time, and that's why we work with them, not just on a practical side of it, but to kind of show them what's going to be expected in the workplace, everything from timekeeping management to tax, national insurance, pensions, all that side of it as well. So it's a real nurturing environment here.
And those things that you just touched on there, they are so vitally important. And I think everyone probably listening right now, if they had a better grasp of their pension, about how to do their tax, how to save money, how to kind of get ahead in those things that, that's life, isn't it? That is life. But no one actually sits you down and kind of goes, oh, FYI, your pension might be quite important to you later on. But actually having someone sat there going, look, doing all this, that, even though probably as a 16-year-old, it's maybe kind of like an, oh yeah. But actually just having that first-hand knowledge, it sows the seeds, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of tradesmen now are self-employed, so it's definitely something they need to get their head around, that unfortunately they will be responsible for that tax return later down the line, and not to spend all that money straight away, which is obviously very tempting at 16, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, of course it is, of course. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing that you kind of provide, and to be there and have the options of. Gemma, just to come back to you just quickly, if people are listening to this right now, and I'm really pleased that we're talking at this sort of summer juncture where if people are sort of diving into GCSEs, as you mentioned, and A-levels coming up as well, the summer holidays happening, people thinking about their options, what would you say to them?
I would say come and explore all your options. If you're thinking on something, come and check it out. We have open mornings on Saturdays, twice a month now running in. We also have a summer program, a free summer program that's running over 2-3 week blocks over the summer. So if you are genuinely interested in construction and think this pathway might be for you, give Sonia an email, drop us a line, and we can get you signed up for that. And that would be a good way to find out if it's a great fit for you. But I would just say, do what makes you happy and follow your gut on that, but explore all those options.
Absolutely spot on. A lovely way to end this chat. Sonia and Gemma, thank you ever so much for joining us. And best place to find out a little bit more info, Gemma, assuming you just head over to the website, search for ACE Training.
Check out the website, check out our social feeds, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're very active.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you both for joining us and painting a real great picture of the wonderful work that ACE Training do. Thanks so much for that.
Thanks, Rich.
It's brilliant stuff. Just having those options out there. I'm sure there's loads of people listening right now going, didn't realise that was an option. So yeah, head over to ACE Training website. and pop along to one of their sessions, of course.